You're listening to Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant. Boom, boom. Truly Unruly. It has been a minute. I have missed my folks. What's up, Trufant? How y'all doing?
What's up?
Good. We missed you too, Kel. It has been a minute.
Yeah, it's been an interesting, 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks?
Yes.
Yeah.
It feels like forever, Kel. It feels like forever.
I know. Don't ever stay away from me this long ever again.
Right.
We'll try not to.
We are
I feel
back,
like we're in a
though.
relationship. No, I'm kidding.
We are.
Relationship withdrawal. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, damn.
Everything's been good. Last I talked to you guys, Jess had a birthday coming up. I know this week school started for you guys out there in Seattle.
Yes.
Down here, it's crazy. Actually, down here in Vegas, my kids started school a month ago, almost. So they got started pretty early. But before we get into the school stuff, happy, very, very belated birthday, Jess.
Thanks, Kel. I'm old as fuck.
You don't sound excited about it at all.
I don't know if anybody's excited about their last year in their 30s. Who's like, yeah, I'm so excited to be 40 and like my body to further shut down and break and yeah, I'm tired all the fucking time. Here goes 40.
Then you need to put a spin on it. And,
oh God, here we go.
The
Here we
positivity and making it thus far. And your birthday usually lasts for, a couple weeks. We didn't really do it like that this year and extend the birthday celebration. But
what are you saying?
I'm just saying
you're supposed to celebrate your birthday like a month long, right?
Only women do that. Or only women
facts.
get that luxury.
That's facts. That's facts.
We cut ours off
guys,
at midnight.
Don't start with the sexist
We cut
shit.
ours off at midnight, and then we're on to the next. And that's, I don't make the rules. That's just the way of the world. But it's okay. It's okay. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Jess.
Okay. I do feel blessed to be in my 39th year because a lot of people that are like, oh, you're old. No, you want to be 39. It is
Praise
a
be.
privilege, a blessing to be 39, healthy. So yeah, but it's just kind of like a mental mind thing. Like, oh my God, I'm about to be 40, but I don't feel 40.
There you go. It's all in the mind, sis.
Right. And
All
the
mentality, for
Botox
sure.
in my forehead. I don't, it's not saying 40.
Right. You still got it.
And the thing is, Jess, it's like you've aged very well. Like, and most black people do. Let's be honest here. Like, black don't crack.
We know the saying.
Right. So, I just think it's like I'm 35, right? And most people that I know, a lot of people that I know that are 35, a lot of them look like they're freaking 55. So, take it a day at a time. Be thankful for another, trip around the sun. You look great.
Absolutely.
You feel great.
Absolutely. But about those people that look like they're 55 when they're 35, I feel that way too about being age 39 or being near 40. Some 40-year-olds look like they're 65 and over. And I'm wondering, do people say the same thing about me?
No.
Think about that.
Life is tough and life whoops people's ass sometimes.
Or just genetics.
Ages people, yeah. So you're blessed. That's what I was getting at earlier. Not to always be that guy that's glass half full, but
you are.
There's people that are doing a lot worse than you doing. So I'm excited for you.
Well, I know that.
This is great.
I said it's a personal issue. I'm gonna get over it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's been pretty consistent for a number of years now, but I love you and you look beautiful and just continue to live in that space.
Because
all right. So anyways, Kel, what?
Well, you can tell though, like, I guess at least in my age group, like you can tell who partied way too hard in their mid to late 20s and they paid
who
the
didn't use
consequences
soft
for
drugs
it in their 30s. Yeah, like
soft drugs.
Yeah, the people that did way too many drugs in their 20s, like in college, or drank way too much, and they've aged. Their skin looks like leather, So
Or they've been out in the sun nonstop. That'll age you very quickly. Or tanning beds.
Yeah,
stress and no sleep too.
Yeah.
That too, and kids. I'm surprised. We should look like we're at least 55
because
because of our kids.
Yeah. Does that mean we don't care about our kids if we don't stress out over them and let them?
Yes.
So with the birthday, I assume there was a birthday party.
There was. And at first, I'm like, I'm not really feeling anything. We're just going to go to dinner, make it low key. And my daughter, Kennedy, she turned 11, and we did this outdoor sleepover with like little tents, and there was lights that were strung all across the yard, and it was just really cool. And Mary Beth, shout out to Mary Beth, was like, oh, Jessica, you should do the same thing, minus the tents and the sleepover. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should. And then it turned into that with a dance floor, with a DJ, with a caterer. And yeah. Shout out to Jamil's Catering. Is that the name?
I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jess, did you plan your own party? I remember when Marcus had his 40th and we did the surprise party, for him. Or Marcus, did you plan the party for Jess? I know when it comes to, these kind of things, Jess wants it the way she wants it.
No,
we
Kel, you're wrong.
We kind of did it together on this one, Kel.
Nice.
I usually have, I check in, of course, to make sure that I can get her what she wants. And we did it. And I try not to have her do too much because, of course, it is your party. But I'm going to send you the videos. I'm going to send you some of the pictures because it looked dope.
Right
on.
It strung up the lights and the tables and everything.
You're not giving yourself enough credit.
Well,
Marcus strung up all the lights on those poles. There was 10 poles.
I'm a backup dancer. I don't need to be.
Oh God!
Front. I don't need that. I don't need that one.
And the day of the party, I'm trying to help get stuff together, and he's like, "No, I got it." And I'm like, "You ain't got to tell me twice." But no,
it was a lot of work, though. It was a lot of work, and
job.
My back was tight afterwards. But we did some dancing, good eating, good drinks, and good people. So it was a really good time. Our group, our core group.
Our core group. And I got a shot ski for my birthday.
I don't think I know many Black people that own shot skis, so I feel like you're breaking down barriers. I like it. I'm rocking with it.
First Black woman to own a shot ski and use it.
I had never heard of the term, so it was new.
It's on Bravo.
I know.
The Andy Cohen show.
Yeah, I just didn't. I didn't get it, but makes sense. The ski and then the shot glasses.
Shot ski.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. We got to post all this on social, Kel. I got some good stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm happy that you guys were able to have a good time, and Jess, you enjoyed your party, and you got a shot ski.
I can tell you one thing about being 39. I may not look like I'm 39, but at about 11 o'clock, I was ready to go to bed.
You felt 39.
Yes. I'm like, shit, should I leave and not say anything and just go upstairs and go to sleep? So, but I made it. And I ended up staying up until 4 a.m.
I was just about to say.
I stayed up with my friend.
And I went
because she had to catch a flight at 6. You were dead ass sleep. Yeah.
Did you know
yes, it was a good time.
There's this thing I saw that's like party etiquette when you throw a party and
party.
Yeah, and
I don't have good party etiquette.
Well, no, that's part of the party etiquette is if you're throwing a party at your house, you don't tell people when it ends. And especially, it's your core group of friends. You actually just go to your room, get ready and go to bed. And
they'll figure it out.
Yeah. And by the time you wake up in the morning, everybody will be gone. and that's actually part of like party etiquette.
Really?
Okay, well then I have great party etiquette because I will bounce. I'll tell everybody I'm going to go use the bathroom, and I never come back. I just go to bed.
Kel, I got a question though. Does
What's
it
up?
work both ways though? Because we have some people in our core group that like to extend the party
all the time. Party all the time.
Extend the party, all the way into the next morning. And so, if the host is like, maybe I'm getting a little tired, shouldn't that kind of go both ways? It'd be like, all right, guys, we're gonna call it, and we'll call you tomorrow. I don't know if
That's
that
a
was
great
on your list
question,
of party etiquette as well.
Not always.
It should be.
That's a great question because I don't have the answer to that, but I can give
Kel,
you
come on.
I can give you real quick though, real quick. Here's the list of party etiquette. So it's like if there's younger people, make sure the lights are brighter. If it's older people, have the lights a little more dim. Never have square tables. Make sure they're all circular tables so everyone feels equal. Always have an extra chair at each table because might be that one person that everybody wants to talk to and see. So you always have an open space for that person to bounce around and move around.
Did you just Google that?
No. I actually saw this in a documentary about this guy named Shep, who was the manager for like Alice Cooper and like all these like really famous rock bands and stuff. And he's known for throwing these amazing parties at his house in Maui. And so like he gave a list of like party etiquette and I like saved it in my phone and I was like, oh my God, like this is genius. So he was it was that. What else was it? Yeah, and then the thing about, never tell anybody when the party ends. You guys just go up to your room and go to bed.
But there's, like you were talking about, there is party etiquette for the partiers as well.
It's supposed to be
because we've thrown many parties, and one of the parties that we threw in Newcastle, the next day, the cleanup, there was a full piece of steak underneath a chair on our carpet.
Nice.
Like, party etiquette, throw your fucking cups away. Party etiquette, throw up in the toilet. Party etiquette, don't go down the street into the neighbor's yard and pass out. Party etiquette.
Good times.
That doesn't sound like a party. That sounds like a rager. I'm talking about party etiquette, not rager etiquette.
That
sounded like a frat party.
2 kids.
It was like
about 3 kids ago.
Well, one time was Halloween, and the steak underneath the chair was when we had a New Year's Eve party.
Yeah,
and that's when Marcus was so inebriated that he did a countdown for the new year upstairs and then came downstairs like 2 minutes later and did another countdown.
The cold part is,
but it was already
everybody participated.
Everybody participated. Like it was just brand new.
Control the crowd.
Right.
That's what I do.
I have a question about this steak. I'm sorry. I just need to know this. Was it a ribeye or a sirloin?
Ooh, what was it? I can't remember.
I just need to know what type of cut of meat this was, so then I can understand what kind of party this was.
It was a good cut of meat because it was catered, and we paid for the shit.
Was that the time when our food was late?
Our food was hella late. Oh, don't even go there.
Yeah. Everybody's waiting, and we did like a table thing.
We did like a fancy. Yeah. We had our whole table, our whole kitchen area decked out like it was an event, and there was centerpieces and all this kind of stuff. And our caterer was how late?
We ate after.
We ate after midnight,
I think,
and we weren't supposed to. Right.
I'm not paying full price for that.
I can't remember if we did. I think we fired. Oh.
In a good way, though. A mutual separation. A nice lady. Very nice.
Very nice lady.
Just overwhelmed at times. And yeah.
Hey, shit, that's life. She fucked up. Okay.
That is life.
Interesting. Okay, well, that's cool, though. Well, not steak underneath. a couch or chair.
Good party,
and
though,
your
Kel.
caterer being
It
great.
was.
Sounds like it was a
I guess
live
if there's
party.
steak underneath the chair, you partied
Right.
hard and
Everybody
well.
dressed up and stuff. The look was dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. Okay, so let's get into so was today the first day of school for the kids?
No, our oldest started on the 24th of August at Holy Names, and the other one started on Tuesday.
Okay. How is the first day of school like in you guys' household? Is it chaotic? Are the kids excited? Are the kids dragging?
No, there was like excitement in the air. You could feel the energy. It was electric. Our kids were up at like 5 a.m. They're fully dressed, ready to go to school, and we don't have to leave till 7:40. Everybody's jovial and like happily eating their cereal, and it's like, yeah, school. And then we go to pick them up, and it's like, yay. And today or yesterday, meltdowns, crying, sleep in the car, dragging, sleep during breakfast. So.
And it's even carrying over to the after school activities because they're so tired now because all summer, not so much our fault, but we give our kids the freedom, right, to hang out and kick it at the house. So they've been staying up to.
We're not regulating our kids.
2-3 in the morning, right?
They're up. No, the sun is coming up and they're up.
Right. And we tapered back as it got closer to school, but not
we
really.
Didn't.
And then we just, okay, now we're going to go to bed at 9, 9:30 or whatever. So they still trying to get their legs back and still trying to figure it out. But after school, they are wiped out, which is a good thing. I like them going to bed earlier.
Because remember, Kel, they've spent almost 2 years at home.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And when I homeschooled them last school year, we let them go to bed at 10, 11. You know, it was just really relaxed. And now we're back to a hardcore schedule.
Right.
And they're like, oh, hell no.
Can I shout you out for doing an excellent job during the homeschool?
Didn't you already do that another time?
I want to do it again.
Okay.
You and everybody else that did homeschool out there, parents and anybody that had to go through that. I just seen it from a distance and I was wore out. So shout out to the homeschoolers out there that made it happen.
I've already said this, but I'll never do it again. And I was so excited to drop their punk asses off at school. Bye.
So, I mean, I assume that, you know, they're super excited because, you know, they finally get to see their friends after an entire, you know, year of COVID and homeschooling.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, Carm at Holy Names. And I mean, her entire freshman year, she didn't get to really meet anybody, right? Because she was at home.
Nope. A lot of people think that she's a freshman.
Right.
And we're like, no, she spent her freshman year at home. She is a sophomore, which I can't believe.
We're getting old.
No.
And
they're getting old.
How is that commute? Is she driving to school?
She hasn't finished her drives for driver's ed. Because of COVID, the drives are backed up, crazy backed up. So I don't even know when her next drive is. If we even scheduled it. Like, it's hard to get on the schedule for the drive. But I don't think she'll be driving.
She doesn't really want to drive
by her birthday. She doesn't really care.
Thing.
Why? When you have fucking chauffeurs, basically.
Right.
Why would you want to drive?
Uber driver that doesn't get paid. That's
right. Seriously. But the commute to Holy Names is so easy.
Oh, is it?
You just go across the 520. There's zero traffic.
Got you. You're going for 520, then taking 23rd up. Got you. Yeah.
But getting the kids to RCS,
MLK.
That's a battle.
Yeah. And that's closer to where you live. That's funny. So that's cool. She's at Holy Names. You know, my sister, my mom, my aunt, and my cousin all went there.
Oh, really?
And,
That's crazy.
Okay.
There's like a long lineage
Right.
with holy
Yeah.
names and O'Day.
Yeah.
And
I was supposed to go to O'Day, but my thing is that I didn't want to go to all guy school. Straight up, that's what it was. Because
It's
my
not for
uncle
everybody.
went to
it's not.
my uncle went to a Christian Brothers school in New Orleans, and so since he went to the school in New Orleans, they were like, "Oh, you'll get into O'Day easily because your uncle kind of went to the same thing." It's this whole like Catholic school
Right.
connection thing. But I wonder, I'm interested that I'll ask her next time I see her how much she actually likes the school, because holy names, that's an old building.
She
and
said
that
it
dome
smells.
is haunted. She said what?
The dome.
She said it smells.
Oh, I believe it.
It smells
that
old. It
dome
smells like
is
an
really-
old Catholic church.
Yeah. All that
She
wood
said she
in
gets a
there.
workout too, because there's four
There's
levels.
4
there?
floors.
Yeah. So she's walking up and down the stairs too.
I think we got to take an elevator when we took a tour, or
Yeah.
am I lying?
we did. Old elevator.
Right.
Like something out of a Scary
Everything
movie.
is pretty scary. Everything is pretty
Pretty-
haunted looking there.
But the holy names, that's a great school though. So good for her.
Yeah.
And the other kids, they're still in like uniforms and stuff, right?
Yes.
They're doing the uniform. You know that uniform store? That place is a racket because it's so expensive for those sweaters and stuff, because they know that they're the only place where you can buy that shit.
Well, you know what? We've found ways around that. Finally, what was it, last year or 2 years ago or this year? We don't get everything from the dentist store anymore. I got
Good for you
5
guys.
kids,
Good for you
and
guys.
buying uniforms at the dentist uniform store, you could probably put a
Facts.
down payment on a car.
for real.
For real.
It's ridiculous.
Facts. That's facts.
So sometimes we'll get a couple of embroidered items with RCS, but for the most part, I don't know where we got them from. What, Amazon? Shit.
Heavy remix on the outfits. If you look closely, they could catch it, but it really don't matter. I mean, as long
Right.
as the colors are the same.
Right. But at first, you kind of think as a new parent going in that you have
Right.
to go to the dentist store and it's required. And no, it's not.
So they were excited for the first like 2 days or day, and then like now all the hype is gone.
Yes, the thrill is gone.
The thrill is gone. Well,
And then they have Labor Day weekend where they get a false sense of reality and they're going to stay up a little bit later, and then they're going to have Monday off. And then it's going to be like the first day of school all over again.
all over again.
The meltdowns will start again.
Do they get free dress day? Do they still do that?
They do.
Kimura does because she's older.
In middle school,
Yeah.
they get free
Every
dress
Friday, I
every
think.
Friday, but the other ones, they get free dress every once in a while.
Right.
Because back in the day, it used to be every first Friday of the month you got free dress day. Huh. Okay.
Yeah,
Times
I
change.
don't know how to. It's
You guys in
random.
these Catholic schools. Yeah, I never experienced it, so I don't know about the price. Well, you didn't go to Catholic school either, though.
No, my
Oh.
mom wanted me to go to Holy
No, yeah,
Names,
no.
but my grades.
Come as you
girl.
are, man. That's what I know. Dress. I was ironing my clothes at a very early age, washing my own clothes at a very early age. I didn't want my mom to fade my little stonewashed jeans and stuff like that, so I had to make sure it was official.
Stonewash. Damn it.
Stonewash.
Stonewash.
Yeah, baby, that's late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's way. Question, Marcus.
Yes.
Growing up, and like, because we've talked about this, how you've always been into washing your own clothes and all that. Were you a starcher? Did you starch your clothes?
Ooh, I went through a starch phase. I did go through a
Yeah.
starch phase. To the
We
point
all?
where
Hard
you
crease,
have
hard
the
crease in the jeans.
hard crease in the jeans, and then you do hard crease in the middle of your t-shirt too. I don't know if you know about that, Kel. That might be before your time.
No, that's
I don't-
very West Coast. Trust me, I know.
okay. Right? Yeah. So starch. Yep.
I've never
Starch
heard of that.
on the jeans. But then I kind of got away from that because I felt like it was fading and it was ruining my jeans because I wasn't a big washer of my jeans. I know that might sound nasty, but
So you was starching dirty jeans.
yes, and then you get the steam and the stank. It kind of come up out your jeans.
Yes, I was gonna say when you you do starch dirty
but that
jeans.
saves the color though, and I don't think you're really supposed to wash jeans all the time.
You're not.
I think that's the thing.
I was going to say that you're not supposed to wash jeans all the time
But
because they stretch, get out of shape, fade, do all that kind of
and
stuff.
You're definitely not supposed to use the softener thing in the dryer with your jeans, etc.
You've taught me that.
Yes,
I don't use fabric softener anyway.
Yeah, but definitely went through a starch phase. Was really into it, into the detail of it, but I got out of it pretty fast. But no starch at all now. Even when I go to the cleaners, I don't get starch in my.
Is there starch?
Stuff.
People still.
Yes, a lot of people.
There's still
use
the spray.
Starch, yes. Yep.
Remember when you would starch your jeans, which I would always starch them, and it wouldn't be directly in the middle on accident.
The double crease, the dreaded double crease.
It was
my God.
And I would hold the iron on there and just let it simmer, and there was no way I could get rid of the off crease. I know,
blasphemy, but sometimes
whatever. Everybody's not perfect like you, Marcus.
What would you guys say? And either one of you can go first. Is one of your like one of your memories from like the first day of school that like you'll never forget?
I got one.
Was it like let's say like your first day of like high school, or like your first day of like middle school?
I got a middle school one. Thought I was fresh. Had the fresh starter pullover. Zip up. Miami Hurricane. So it was
that was the one.
Black, orange, and green. Then I had the orange cross color pants, or excuse me, Jeans West pants down in Tacoma. The 2 for $30s.
The Janko jeans or whatever you guys call them.
Just pants. You could get a shirt and pants 2 for $30. Used to be the thing. But I walked in, thought I was fresh. And then somebody yelled out, "Look at this dude looking like a pack of Skittles," because I had all these different colors on, right? And that kind of crushed my world. I was really upset because I thought I had stepped out fresh, and I just kind of laughed it off. But
that makes me sad.
I still remember that to this day. And ever since then, like, I made sure my colors was right. I mean, I was still into the cross color phase, but I just made sure it was laid out right. But I'll never forget that. Never forget that.
Well, my first day of high school, first of all, my mom let me wear kind of a short top, which is...
That's unlike Gigi.
Unheard of, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I have like this long floral skirt on with like a slit and then some flats. And my hair, trust me, back then, the Let's Jam and like the tucked front under. Yeah. So anyways, I thought I was the shit inside, but outside I was very nervous, and I'm walking down the hallways and doing all that kind of stuff. And who did I give my number to?
First day?
Maybe like the first week, right? So within the first week, I had juniors and seniors calling me on 16-way. And yeah, I was like, well, oh shit. Well, I guess.
But my
long floral skirt and my Let's Jam did do something. So, yeah.
Jess, did you ever? And I asked most, young Black women that come from where we come from, because you grew up not too far from me.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever use that black hair gel in your head?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, the stuff that smells
the kind
like rubber?
where there would be residue left, and absolutely.
Everybody
if you didn't use
that
black hair gel.
We was using that down south too, Kale. Down in Tacoma, we was using that too.
Yeah, you wasn't doing it right. But Let's Jam, even though that shit didn't really work, we thought it worked.
That was gel, or was that?
I don't even think it was gel. It was literally like jam.
Activator-ish.
Right. My hair would be like wavy. It wasn't all slicked down. But now they got shit that it'll take your hair off from the scalp.
Yeah.
It works so good.
I had a memory. It was like my first day of high school. And, you know, I grew up with a single mom with 4 kids. So, you know, I ain't gonna say we was poor, but, you know, we ain't had it like that. And I always, you know, I always wanted some Timberland boots, right? But like I could never like afford some Timberland boots.
It was expensive,
I was getting I was rocking the Payless rugged Outback joints. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
And I remember like going to school and a kid looked at my boots and was like, "Yo, are those Timberlands?" And I was like, yeah, they are. And he's like, "Man, I don't see no tree on the side of them boots." And I just in the lunchroom, and I just felt so crunchy. And I was just like, damn it.
The dreaded lunchroom.
I know. Your peers sure know how to make you feel like tough. Shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And find the designer emblems or whatever on you.
Yeah. That's not like, you don't
tell me.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, you don't got there ain't no tree on the side of those. What you talking about? And I'm just like, what you mean? Like, you know, and I just like turned the other direction and like got the fuck out of there. I was like, bail. You know what I'm saying?
But did you continue to wear them?
Hell yeah, I did, because that's what all I had, and I didn't.
I was about to say you ain't have a choice,
right?
Shit, and I ended up going to that school that long anyway, so I could care less. But you know,
and that was the crazy thing, or that's the crazy thing now. The kids now can't really, or this is what they say, they can't get away from the peers that are talking trash to them like that because of social media.
It's social media,
right?
Yeah,
can't run from.
So they can leave the lunchroom, but it still comes with you to the house. So,
right.
So that's the part that
it stays with you forever.
Yeah.
That's you know, it's funny you say that, Marcus, because on a serious note, there's a lot of parents that I talk to that I tell them, you know, instead of, you know, you're you know, a lot of these kids now are dealing with like depression and anxiety and stuff like that, and I tell them, I was like, instead of like trying to tell your kid how to cope with it, or, you know, try to tell them what they should do, you should ask them instead, like, what are you going through? Because I feel like these kids have so much to keep up with now. Like you said, with social media, you can't run from the bullying.
Right.
You also have like I see these kids, like these high school kids, wearing Yeezys and wearing Travis Scott Cactus Jacks. I mean, Cactus Jacks are reselling for like $1,700. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, why does a 14-year-old need these shoes? Like, it's not that serious. Like, okay, like, you know, I know you want to be fresh and, you know, what have you, but like, you don't need a $400 pair of shoes. I'm seeing high school kids walking around here with Balenciagas on.
How are they
dressing better than adults?
How are they doing it though? I don't get
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, their parents are just shelling out the money for this stuff. And then like,
even if they don't have it though.
They don't have it.
Oh yeah, parents will do whatever to get their kids.
Stimulus check on.
Yes.
Yeah.
By any means necessary.
Yeah, and it's just, and it's kind of disgusting, you know. And social media just doesn't help. It doesn't help at all, you know. Like
social
like I
media
said, like
is a highlight film. That's why. As you see
exactly everybody
wearing this stuff, but it doesn't show what they're making and what they go through to wear this kind of stuff. And I get the advertisements and all that kind of stuff, but that's kind of how I coach. That's how we talk to the kids, that social media and the stuff you see is, you know, not reality.
It ain't reality.
Right.
It ain't reality. But for a lot of young, impressionable kids,
and adults,
it is their reality.
And adults.
Yeah. And it is like their peers. Like, it's weird. It's like, it's just a part of their foundation of what they want and what they aspire to be and all that kind of stuff. So they are easily swayed by all of that on social media. And it's, I don't know, it's unfortunate, but it's not going away.
It's not. It's just a way of the world.
It's a terrible lesson. It's a terrible lesson because at the same time, it's not teaching your kid how to live within their means. It's like you're teaching your kid how to live in this, like you said, this false sense of reality. And so it's, I don't know, like, like I said, like I'm growing up, you guys, like I got teased. I got teased for being too skinny. I got teased because my grandpa would come pick us up in his work van and kids would be like, well, where's your dad at? Kids would tease me because I'd wear the same shoes all year round. But at the end of the day, a lot of these kids that tease me that I've heard about now, a lot of them are bums. I have always been comfortable with who I am, you know, instead of caring about what other people thought because of what I got or what I don't got. And I'm like, listen, like, you don't know my situation. You don't pay my mom's bills.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
they probably teased you because you didn't care.
Right. And that's what kids can't realize, or they can't see, that this is not the rest of your life, or this isn't the end. This is a temporary space. So the people that have reached their full potential, you know, sophomore year in high school, that's it for some of them. And you kind of touched on that, Kale, but to be able to be comfortable with where you're at and continue to grow and get through those tough times of the bullying and the jokes and all that kind of stuff, it makes you tougher, it makes you stronger, and you have an appreciation for those that are being mistreated. I know I was that guy, like in high school.
So was I.
The people that would get teased and different stuff like that. I was kind of cool because I played a little bit of sports, right? So those people would gravitate towards me, and I would hang out with everybody. I would never tease people because I knew what it felt like. So those people that bloomed early, just like you said, Kale, they get stuck and it just comes back around. Things come full circle and it sucks.
Right. Oh, well, you were getting teased for your Timbs. You were getting teased for looking like a Skittle. And I was getting teased because I was black. So if we want to go there, that's a whole nother podcast.
Middle school or elementary?
Well, when I went to middle school, I went to a more diverse school. And this is literally when I had to kind of figure out what I was going to do. Because all the kids at the black table in the lunchroom were making fun of me. But I had went to predominantly white schools. So at lunchtime, I sat with my one white, one Asian friend. And they're kind of looking at me like, hey, don't you want to come over here? Like, we're hella cool. And
come
I'm
on,
like,
sister.
Pretty much. And then they were, calling me all kinds of names like black, white girl. Anyways. And one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to go sit over there. And I left those two girls, my friends. I never went back. I never spoke to them again. I had to make a choice.
Wow. Sometimes you feel like you have to. You did.
I did.
And that's what the lunchroom would do to you, though.
I had to conform. The
lunchroom is tough. It's a tough place, and you feel like you don't have a choice.
And middle school is a tough time. Puberty, that's really when you're trying to figure out where you belong and, where you fit in. And when you're getting made fun of for, various reasons, you got to pick a side.
It can be traumatic.
It can. And I really wanted to be at that table, but I just didn't feel like I would fit in. But then when they were like, come on over, I was like, oh. So then I was like, hey. So yeah.
Have you guys been able to have these kind of conversations with your kids, especially like the three older ones? Because as we all know, like middle school is ruthless. Like it's middle school kids are ruthless. And like have that conversation with them of like, hey, like, there might be kids that say this about you or think that, like, that's good.
I did. Our oldest daughter was being bullied to a so-called friend that, should I be talking about this?
Just keep it vague, I guess.
I'm going to keep it vague. She was being bullied by a so-called friend, and it was to the point where she wasn't going to lunch anymore. She was eating lunch in the classroom, and it took a lot for me to coax that out of her what was wrong. But once I figured out that she was being bullied, I ain't playing that shit. But I figured out that, I feel like her friend bullied her because she was jealous. She was jealous.
That's usually what it is.
Mm-hmm. She was jealous. And it's I told Carmen, she's jealous, but I said, don't stand up for yourself, but don't treat her how she's treating you. And the way she's treating you, because she told all of her friends not to play with her and, don't be her friend anymore. And I said, she is going to burn the bridges with those girls, just like she did with you, and they're going to come back. What happened? Right. What I said. So, you just got to talk to them and give them confidence and be real with them and not, tell them to go whoop the girl's ass or whatever. Ignore the girl, stay away from the girl, let her fuck over all her friends, and they'll come back. I would try talking to your child and explaining how things work, even giving your own examples. Right. I gave some examples of what happened to me. I've done that too. And I told her, you will find your tribe. And it might not even be in middle school. I said, just make friends and, to survive pretty much. But your real friends, you will find them. I promise.
Yeah, it should be organic and it'll come naturally. I know it feels like it's a lifetime if you don't have no friends first. Mm-hmm. You're the new kid at school, but I just try to tell her to be herself, be patient, and just be the best Carmen. I say that when I drop her off, just be the best Carmen you could be.
And she is.
Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to. It's not so much about what these other people are doing. It's about how you feel about yourself. And what you're doing. Right. And you just have to, lean into that, be comfortable in that space, and try to block out the noise.
Right. It's hard though, because everybody wants friends.
Easier said than done.
That's why I said just kind of adopt a couple of, just kind of keep them around.
But if we can talk to her about that kind of stuff and keep telling her that it's not so much about what's going on out here, that it's more about you, and what you feel and what you go through and how you're reacting to this stuff. I think that's a start. Easier said than done, of course, but we got to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And I was going to say the good thing that we didn't touch on, though, is the quiet and the peace that we have for a couple hours while the kids are gone.
Oh my gosh, it's eerily quiet. I keep saying that, but it is. It's weird.
Word. Well, shoot. Truly Unruly. This was good. This was episode, I think, 31.
I have no idea.
I think we're 31 in, 32. I don't know.
Where we at, Dylan? 31, 32? It's an episode.
I don't know. It'll be in the description. Shit, Marcus Trufant, Jessica Trufant. My name is Kel. Remember, listen to us on all streaming platforms that you can listen to podcasts. And of course, get the visual over on Marcus Trufant's YouTube channel. Follow Marcus_Trufant on Instagram. Follow Jessica_Trufant. And myself, I am Media_Kels. And of course, follow the page, Truly Unruly _podcast on Instagram. This is good. This is always fun. It's my favorite time of the week. So till next time, y'all, peace and love.